Hi everyone, my name is Meher Malladi. In this video, I would like to present to you our work on building a forest inventory using LiDAR data collected by mobile robots. Forests are crucial for our ecosystem. They support multiple critical processes like carbon sequestration, support biodiversity, provide timber to human industries, support human leisure activities, and so on. Monitoring and documenting the status of forests is a time and labor-intensive task, traditionally performed by forest researchers by them going into the forest and manually measuring the information that they are interested in. Instead, we can use robots to perform data collection for us. So we could send, say, the animal robotic platform equipped with the Velodyne laser scanner into the forest to perform extensive data collection for us, which we could then use to do accurate reconstructions. In terms of forestry metrics that we might be interested in, we could look at, say, the leaf structure of the trees, or the wooden structure, or the branch structure of the trees, and so on. In this work, we aim to estimate the parameter known as the diameter at breast height, or DBH, of a tree, which is basically the diameter of the tree trunk measured 1.3 meters above the ground. This parameter, DBH, is considered the most crucial in forestry, owing to its use in multiple downstream tasks like modeling forest biomass or doing forest growth projections and so on. So in our work, we first aim to measure this trait from the data that we collected. So our approach to building a forest inventory is crucially learning-free, where we don't rely on the existence of labeled data, as might be the case for deep learning-based approaches. And instead, we take a density-based approach to segmenting trees. And once we have an instant segmentation of the trees, we model them using geometric primitives. So we take the point clouds that we get from our LiDAR scanners, and first we segment it for ground, and then we extract this ground from the point cloud. We do this to make downstream modeling tasks easier. For example, we want to measure the DBH, which is measured 1.3 meters above the ground, and so we want to remove the influence of terrain fluctuations, which can be significant in forest scenes, from the data that we're processing. So we first perform ground removal on the data that we collect. And then our approach to segmenting trees relies on the key idea that you can exploit the vertical structure inherent in forest scenes. Indeed, if you take a point cloud of a forest and project it onto the ground and then identify the densest regions of such a projected cloud, one would notice that, as shown here in the image, the green region would correspond to the densest parts of the point cloud, and the blue region would correspond to the sparse regions in the point cloud. And we can intuitively say that the dense parts in such a projected point cloud should correspond to the tree stems, and the sparse regions should correspond to the canopies of the tree. And then, using this idea, the results of our segmentation approach are shown here in data collected with a Velodyne sensor equipped on the animal robotic platform. And once we have such an instant segmentation of trees, we can then process each tree instance by instance by fitting geometric primitives to them and then estimating the traits that we are interested in our case the DBH. So to quantitatively validate our approach, we performed field trials in two forests, one in Switzerland and the other in Finland, where first we show on the left the trajectory taken by the animal robot in one of our field data collection experiments, and shown on the right is how we attached April tags to the trees to allow for easy association of the traits that we measured manually in the field to the data that we collect with the robotic platforms that we used. And first, we show qualitative results of our instant segmentation approach on data collected with a Leica BLK2GO sensor on a forest in Finland. And on the right, we show the results of our segmentation approach on data collected with the HESI sensor in a forest in Switzerland. And we see that our approach is robust both to different sensor types and also to different forest structures, with it being the case that in Finland, the trees are usually more sparsely distributed than they are in Switzerland, where they are a bit more densely packed together. And our approach performs well on both different sensor types and also different forest structures. Quantitatively as well, we show very strong performance and outperform multiple other geometric segmentation baselines by quite a margin, and in DBH estimation as well, we show good performance and are close to the results by a deep learning segmentation baseline, whereas ours is learning free and does not rely on the existence of labeled data. So in summary, I've presented to you our work in building a forest inventory, which is learning free, taking a geometric approach to segmentation, which is simple to tune with only 2 key parameters and shows high accuracy on forest scenes. And then once we have our segmentation, we then fit geometric primitives to each individual tree to estimate the DBH with high accuracy. Our approach also generalizes the data from different sensor types and also to different forest structures. If you're interested in learning more about our work, you can read our paper linked here on the left, or you can go through the open source implementation which we provide in the GitHub repository linked here on the right. Thank you very much.